everybody, and welcome to Redeemer Youth. If we haven't met before, my name is Brian.
I'm Mackenzie.
And we are your MCs for the night. We are
So
super excited to have you here. Hey, if you are engaged with us online, I want to encourage you to put your comments in the chat down below. We'd love to be talking with you guys throughout this whole morning. And we would love if you would share this with friends, with people, with family. We want to grow this community. We think that what is going on here, God is doing some really cool things. And people are just needing community right now. And so if you want to share this, that would be amazing. That'd be awesome. We've got people coming in. It's going to be a good night, Mackenzie.
It's so fun.
It's going to be good.
I'm so excited already.
So, Mackenzie, I know you had been doing a lot of Wednesday night stuff. This is your first MC role on a Sunday night.
I know. I'm kind of nervous.
This is happening. My pits are sweaty.
Yeah,
No,
fair.
that's mine at least are, but I don't know. This is getting weird again. I feel like we get weird every time we do this, but it's okay.
Fine. It's fine.
So we're going to jump in right away. We're going to play a game because the games are the best part of this whole thing.
Obviously.
And, okay, I know it's not a good thing, but a few weeks ago, a bunch of people stormed, like, the Capitol. It was a whole thing, right? But as always, when things like this happen, there's always a story about Florida Man. There is a never-ending running joke about these guys from Florida doing ridiculously dumb things. And so we're going to play a little game tonight that is called Florida Man. All right? So here's how the game works. It's very simple, Mackenzie. Which story did the infamous Florida Man take part in?
Oh,
that's easy, okay?
Yeah.
You'll get two options.
And then
you'll get two options, and you have to guess which one of the two stories did the Florida Man
real.
actually happen. Which one is the real story?
Okay.
Which of the two?
Yeah.
It's simple, not hard. I want you to play along.
Is it simple?
I'm gonna call over to my tech guy, Michael. Could you set up the iPad here so that we can chat with our people? Thank you. This is me dropping the ball because I told you to chat with us and I can't see the chat. So that's happening.
It's fine.
In the meantime, though, we're going to play this game. Okay, you ready? Florida Man.
I'm so ready.
Florida Man, round one. I hope you guys are ready.
I feel like I'm going to be really good at this.
Well, here we go. Okay, title 1 or 2. Florida Man accused of throwing pancake batter at a woman, or Florida Man accused of throwing pancakes at a woman. So were they cooked or was it just the batter? That's the question. Is it pancake batter?
Okay, I would prefer to have pancakes thrown at me, but I think it was the pancake batter.
I mean, it is Florida Man. Pancake, you got to put in your guess.
Yeah.
Pancake batter. Full on pancakes. Batter. Here we go. The correct answer?
Yes.
Pancake batter. Okay, Florida Man threw pancake batter.
It's more exciting. It's more fun.
If somebody threw pancake batter at me, I don't know if I'd be like furious or laughing.
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
It depends on what you're doing.
Furious laughing would be a
If you're like dressed for a job interview, it might not be like.
Not good.
It's not good.
Okay, let's go to our next round. Okay, here we go. Florida Man eats iguana for lunch after coming home for the toilet. Weird.
I don't even.
Or Florida Man finds iguana in the toilet after coming home for lunch. Did he eat the iguana or did he find the iguana? The toilet's happening both ways. What do you think? Mackenzie, what do you think?
2 seems too normal. It seems too normal. Like that might actually happen. Okay. I'm gonna say 1.
I have low-key always had a fear of something being in my toilet,
well, yeah.
like a snake being in there. I'm gonna traumatize all of you now. It bothers me.
Yeah,
it bothers me.
No.
So the correct answer?
Oh.
Okay, it was the normal one. Just found an iguana. If they ate an iguana, I would be upset. We'd have to call PETA or something. I don't know. I don't know. Don't eat iguanas. I feel like that's unhealthy. Don't eat iguanas. That should be just a rule that we all follow.
Florida Man didn't do it, so you can't either. So.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless you live in Florida, then you can start something new.
No, let's
not.
not.
Next one. Here we go. Florida Man steals $33,000 worth of rare coins and sells for $29. Or Florida Man steals $29 worth of rare coins and sells for $33,000. Florida Man, good decisions, bad decisions. That's what we're looking at here. What do you think? Mackenzie, what do you think?
I think it's the first one. I think he stole money and sold it for less.
Sold it for less?
Yeah, I feel like that's...
It's like the perfect eBay not scam, like the reversal scam?
You got scammed.
Yeah, you got scammed. I'm scamming me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
See the correct answer?
Yeah.
Sure enough, yes. That Florida Man, better choices. You need to make better life choices.
No.
That's just what needs to happen. Okay. Florida Man, next question.
Florida
woman! Plot twist.
It up.
Plot twist.
It up.
Florida woman holds up mail truck with toy gun and escapes on tricycle. Wild escape. Or Florida woman holds up mail truck with toy gun and escapes on unicycle.
Oh, okay. 1 wheel or 3 wheels?
One or three?
Unicycle.
I
think it's better.
I'd just let him ride away.
Yeah,
If it was a unicycle, I would let them ride away. Let's see the correct answer. No, it was the tricycle. Not as fun. Not as fun. Florida woman, though, girl power. Proud of you. Proud of you. All right, next one. Well, I clicked twice.
Yeah,
I clicked twice. It was the top one. Let's try this again. Florida man interviews for job at Kohl's wearing stolen shoes from the store. Yes. Florida man interviews for job at Kohl's after stealing shoes from the store. Aren't those the same thing?
I think.
No. Oh, after stealing, or they were wearing the shoes. I mean, I guess both are technically true. I feel like this was not worded correctly. Which one do you think it is?
Number one.
Number one.
Number one.
Top. I'm going to say top one as well. It was okay. Nope. They stole the shoes.
After. Okay, so I don't really know what that means, but
like they're waiting for the interview, stole shoes, and then walked into the interview holding their stolen shoes? Question mark. I don't know. Florida man, figure it out. That's the best I got for you. Figure it out. Okay, here we go. Florida man attacks employees of his reptile shop with bearded dragon. Oh my. Or Florida man attacks bearded dragon with employee of reptile shop. So was the employee the weapon, or was the bearded dragon the weapon?
I'd like to say the employee, but I think I'm going to go with bearded dragon.
I'm playing this in my head like, yeah, like you got a bearded, I don't know. Let's figure it out. No, wait. They attacked the bearded dragon with an employee.
Wrong.
So again, I feel like you're holding Jacob. Jacob just said he hopes my dragon dies.
That's mean.
That's sad. That's
mean.
That's sad. Okay.
I don't like that.
So let's go to the next one. We've got time for maybe one or two more of these, okay? Florida man steals car with police dog inside in jail parking lot.
Yeah.
So that sounds scary. Florida man steals car with policeman still inside jail parking lot.
Yeah, I'm going to say it was the police dog.
Police dog or the policeman probably the police dog?
I feel like that'd be easier.
Probably the police dog?
I don't do either, but I think that one would be easier.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. Sam is over here. Sam, what do you think? Police dog or policeman in the car?
Man.
Policeman. Sam says policeman. Let's see what it is. Policeman still inside the. Okay.
How is that real? I don't think. How does that even happen?
Florida man, figured out. Okay, last one.
How does that even
happen? Last one. Here we go.
I feel like.
Okay. Florida man rides bicycle backwards on interstate wearing only pink shoes. Dude's naked. All right. Florida man rides bicycle backwards on interstate wearing only pink tights. Pink shoes or pink tights? Pink shoes.
I like shoes. Pink shoes.
Tights.
I just think it's funnier if it's pink shoes.
Both these are not okay, but let's figure this out. Pink shoe. What do you think? Pink shoes, pink tights. Put it in the chat. Let's see. Here we go.
Yes.
Pink.
Yes.
Pink shoes. Okay. I'm upset. I'm disturbed. This is gross.
I'm over it.
We got a minute left. We got to get to the stage.
We're going.
We're going to lead this thing. We will see you back here in just a couple minutes. Thanks for joining us for the pre-show.
Bye.
There we go.
Yeah.
Pumped that you all are here. If you're in the room, grab a seat. If you are watching online, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're pumped that you guys are here. Hey, if we haven't met before, my name is Brian.
I'm Mackenzie. Sorry, I'm not.
We are your MCs tonight, but we also have a special guest here tonight. Why don't you introduce yourself?
I'm Brian with a Y, which is better than I.
Debatable. Debatable. Brian with a Y, Brian. Okay. Because Brian is here, because we're going to start a brand new segment here at Redeemer Youth called Hot Seat. Brian, you are in the hot seat. So go ahead, grab a seat, sit in the hot seat. Now, here's the deal with hot seat. This week, hot seat is going to be 20 questions. 20 profoundly deep, yet wildly shallow questions. How this is going to work? Really, I just want all of you guys to get to know somebody here. Tonight, you guys need to know Brian, all right? So, Brian, before we jump into the 20 questions, what can you tell us about yourself that you would want everybody to know?
I'm homeschooled.
I mean, we're all homeschooled now, but that's good.
Big shout out to all the homeschoolers out there. I broke my arm in my first basketball game, so that was kind of cool.
Were you like tomahawk dunking over someone?
Yeah, kind of.
Really?
And then he like flipped, like I like jumped and his my knees were at his shoulders and he just naturally flipped me and I just fell on my arm.
Okay, I see what happened.
Yeah. I'm a senior.
Senior, all right. Get to know your seniors. Here they are. Here's one at least. Not they, you. That's good.
Yeah, I think
That's good. Okay,
yeah.
Brian, our homeschooled broken arm senior. Give it up for Brian, our homeschooled broken arm senior. Brian, are you ready for 20 questions?
I am indeed.
All right. Mackenzie, are you ready for 20 questions?
Yeah, I'm
All
so
right.
ready.
If you're watching online, I hope you're ready. Mackenzie, why don't you kick this thing off?
Okay.
As fast as you can now, Brian. Answer these questions.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Last song you listened to.
Some Christian song on the way here.
So,
On the
okay,
radio.
that was the church answer. Nicely done. All right, okay.
How many chickens does it take to kill an elephant?
Approximately 23.
Good.
Approximately 23. Good answer. Okay. How many emus does it take to fly?
14.
14. All right, you heard it here, folks.
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Enough.
I don't.
Bold prediction,
Yeah, I think
always
so.
true. What's your favorite kind of cheese?
Let's go. Come on.
Next question.
Yeah, no, you
No,
can't just go next question.
No,
What's your
no.
favorite kind of cheese?
I got traumatized by cheese when I was like 6. And I just refuse to eat cheese ever since.
All right,
dead
so
serious.
Not a fan
Dead
of cheese
serious.
is what I'm hearing.
Not a fan of cheese.
Not a fan of cheese.
Oh
Okay,
my gosh.
fair enough.
Okay. TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Ooh, that was, I'm a fan. I'm old though, so,
Yeah.
Okay. Tacos or burritos?
Tacos.
Oh, bold. Okay.
Do you think God would give high fives, fist bumps, or bro hugs?
You know, God seems like a bro hug type of guy.
Bro hugs?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For
How
sure.
long can you hold your breath?
12 seconds.
Oh, that's not good at all.
Not.
That is not good at all. Okay.
If corn oil is made from corn and vegetable oil is made from vegetables, what's baby oil made of?
Not babies.
Okay, good answer.
Okay.
Not baby.
Okay.
I sure hope not. That would, okay. First celebrity crush.
Selena Gomez.
Selena Gomez?
Wizards of Waverly Place. 100%. 100%.
Nice, okay.
Hero or villain for a day?
Hero.
Would you rather know when you're going to die or how you're going to die?
How?
All right.
Have you ever been arrested?
No.
Again, the church answer, no, never, I promise. All right, what is your favorite smell?
Chlorine.
Chlorine?
Chlorine. Like the pool. Like the pool.
Okay, the pool.
Like-
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
What's the weirdest gift you've ever received?
Am I allowed to tell a story?
Very fast.
Okay,
You have
so
like 10
pretty
seconds.
much about 1 year ago we did a white
4,
elephant gift.
3.
And my mom got me a little star figurine thingy, and it pretty much was it was like a white elephant gift, and we had to put in $50 in a gift, and she bought a little star angel type thing, and pretty much she was like, yeah, you gave $50 to a homeless kid, and a white elephant gift. I'm like, I had mixed feelings. I was like, is this am I supposed to be happy about this? Am I supposed to
Like I'm
be
happy
really
for them,
upset
but
because everyone else got like Alexas and Google Homes or whatever? I'm like, I don't know whether or not to be
but
happy.
you made
you.
a difference.
Good for you.
Well, you didn't make anything. You just got a weird star.
Yeah, I just got a weird star. But
All right, well, fair enough. That's good. What is your favorite sound?
the ocean.
Oh, ooh, good answer.
If all of a sudden you could understand animals, which one do you think you would sound most? No, which one do you think would sound most unlikable?
Alligators.
Alligators, unlikable. All right, fair enough. All right, last question. 20 questions. Here we go. Last one. What is one thing not many people know about you?
Man, I'm not going fast. I was gonna say I'm homeschooled. That was the first thing that came to my mind.
But you are. But now we all know that
But
you're
then
homeschooled.
we all know that. So, dang, you really put me on the hot seat.
Not many people. See that? Okay, that's like a Mario thing. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I don't know what that was. Something not nobody. Just are you an open book? We all know everything about you. We don't need to know like your deepest, darkest secret.
No,
That'd be
like-
weird to share, here for anybody.
Yeah, just share in front of the whole church for sure.
Good.
We'll just run with I'm homeschooled.
We're on to okay.
Okay.
Homeschooled and you don't like
I
cheese.
respect that.
A non-cheese liking homeschooled Brian. All right, give it up for Brian Fugelstad. Thank you, Brian, for being on the hot seat. Nicely done. Hey, you guys, we're going to have more opportunity to get more of you over the upcoming weeks because we're going to put more of you on the hot seat as, well, I don't need this anymore. We don't need this. All right.
That was so sassy.
All right, I think it's game time, Mackenzie.
Okay.
I think we need to play a game.
Let's play a game.
Okay, we're going to play a game. Do you want to explain this game?
I will explain
Explain
this
this
game. Okay, so this game is called Dear Mom, and basically, we're going to read you snippets of letters that people have sent their moms from camp. And one word, or a few words, actually, will be taken out of the letter, and you have to guess what the word was. So you have to fill in the blank.
Here we go. And these are these are the letters. These are the things.
Are they real?
You're going to see how real they are in just a minute. No, okay. Let's do letter number 1.
Let's do it.
You guys ready? You guys ready? All right, if you're watching online, I hope you're ready. Put your answers in the comments. Let's do this. Here we go. Read us away.
Oh, okay. Camp Thunderbird was very fun, even though I blank 7 times. I enjoyed archery and rock climbing. Overall, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
And the terrible spelling. I love it.
Thoroughly.
Okay, what's the blank?
I blanked
Cried.
7 times. Nope, that's not it.
Fell. Peed. All
That's
right.
good.
Bathrooms.
That's
Got to
good.
use them. Last one. What? Barfed.
Barfed?
All right. Let's see the
I don't know.
answer. I puked 7 times. I enjoyed it thoroughly,
Yes.
even though.
Yes. No.
Next letter.
Oh gosh, dear mom, please bring a something for me to sign my name. Love. I don't know.
Please bring a ... What? With 3 words. What was it? Caribou?
Pen.
A pink sparkly marker? Just shout out. You don't need to raise your hands. Ballpoint pen. Something about a diaper?
Pen. I got pen.
All right, let's see what it is. Please bring me a
Fat black Sharpie.
fat black Sharpie, which stink, by the way. Have you ever had one of those big old Sharpies? Like, they reek the whole room up. They're no good. All right, let's go to the next letter. Here we go.
I'm having a lot of fun at camp. I am not blank. Please send lots of magic cards. I miss you.
Magic. I'm not
blank.
blank. Just shout them out.
I'm not sad.
I'm not popular. I'm not sad.
I'm not sad. Dead.
I'm not dead. I'm not dead. That's a good one. That's a winner. I'm not crying. All right, let's see what it is. I'm not
dead.
Dead. Who guessed get? Josh
Yes.
nailed it. Nicely done. I'm not
Yes.
dead. Hence why they're getting a letter
Yeah.
because
It's good to know.
that's
It's
a
a good
thinker.
thing. Good thing.
Next letter.
I was forced to write this to blank. Love, Josh.
I was to mom.
You, mom, you.
You. I was forced to write this to you, to mom. I was forced to love this.
I don't
or
know.
was
I don't
forced-
know.
Okay, I can't even read this right. I was forced to write this to. The answer? Eat! I heard somebody yell eat. Nice. I was forced to write
mean.
this to eat. I don't know where this person went to
Kinda
camp.
mean.
That's messed up. That's not okay. That's not okay. All right, next letter.
Oh gosh. I woke up at 7 and the bell didn't go off till 7:30 for breakfast. We had cinnamon sticks and sausages for breakfast. I ate a lot. We were going camping and we parked a good supper. Packed a good supper. I need a bigger blank.
I need a bigger sandwich.
Life.
What? Backpack. I need a bigger backpack.
Knife?
Knife?
Or
What?
life?
Wine?
Water,
Wine bottle?
Water bottle.
Water bottle. I was
bottle.
like, wine? What?
No.
What kind of kid brings a wine bottle to?
Bag? Sleeping bag.
All right, here we go. Let's see the answer. I need a bigger hammock. All right,
Yes.
all you hammock people. I need a bigger one because it's not big enough. All right, next one.
I am not happy.
I hate this.
I want to go home. I don't want to waste your money, but I want to go home. I hate this place. P.S. blank, blank, blank.
I hate this place. P.S.
Again?
I love you.
Yeah. Oh,
My worst
yes.
nightmare.
Come
get me. All right, let's see the answer. P.S.
Take me home.
Take me home.
Yes.
Take me
Yes.
home. P.S.
Yes.
If you didn't get the first 12 times I said it. P.S. Oh, my. And the little Tom and Jerry on the side. Okay, next one.
Oh, did you record blank, blank, blank? Love you.
The important things in life. Did you record?
Me getting caught? Pied?
Me getting pied. Did you record me getting pied? Like pied in the face. I got
Yeah,
you. I got you.
Sunday.
Sunday. All right, this is going to be a show, I'm assuming.
I,
All right, let's see the answer. Did you record?
American
Ninja. Okay, who watches American Ninja Order?
Me.
Anybody? Okay, come on. American
Yes.
Ninja Order is
Yes.
legit. I love it. I
Good
love
show.
it.
Good
This
show.
is good.
I support that.
Okay, as we're reading these, how many of you are like having traumatized memories of like when you went to camp and you're like, God, these are so true. I'm reading like all of these going, yeah, I puked, I fell off the bunk, I was sick, I came home with strep, I didn't want to, it's like all the things. I'm like, I hate all of it. Okay, this is traumatizing for me. All right, let's go to the next one.
Dear family, you probably will get this after I get home, but here's what's happening. I lost my camera. I saw a blank, blank, blank in a jar, and it's raining out.
I saw a blank, blank, blank in a jar. All right, I don't feel like this is going to go very well. What did they see in the jar? A bloody something.
A dead bumblebee.
A bloody
small
knife. An eyeball, a black widow.
Bug. Just in
All
general.
right, what did they see in the jar?
Dead baby. Nope.
What? I saw a dead baby deer in a jar.
Why was
I'll
it
tell you
in a
this.
jar?
If you ever go to a camp and they have a dead baby deer, that's your cue to not go to that camp
Yeah,
anymore.
no.
That's
not.
not good. That's not good. That's like, okay, that's messed up. All right, let's go to the next one.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oh, there's like a tiny little something in the okay.
These wet. Oh, okay. I miss you and I want to go home now. These wet spots are my blank. Tears.
I feel like we all know the answers to this. Like this is a letter we've all written, I think, before. P.S. These are my. Tears. Let's see it.
Yeah. Tears.
Tears. Yeah.
Yeah.
P.S. These are my, and they're not there because they've dried up by the time your parents get them, right? Like, yeah. Okay. Again, trauma.
Oh,
Trauma.
okay.
That's what's happening.
I'm
right
so
here.
sorry.
You are my. This is weird. Okay. Next one.
Good you packet extra underwear since I had blank. It got on my shoes, but not on my pillow. I'm having fun at camp and learning stuff. I rock at windsurfing and kayaking. I've ate more push pops than anyone. I've ate blank since Monday. Still 2 days left.
Okay, since I
had
blank,
diarrhea.
I've ate blank.
Diarrhea. What was the other half of that?
Diarrhea 10 is what we're guessing this is. Diarrhea 5. Okay, we're stuck on the diarrhea. Puked and 9. All right, let's see the answer.
Oh.
23 push pops. And now you know why they have diarrhea. Yeah, okay. Although that's how I would spell it as well. So. Okay, now there is a part 2 to this letter, though. There's a part 2 to this letter.
There's more.
Let's go to part 2.
Oatmeal is bad, Mom, even with raisins. I shot a rifle. I'm a good aimer. Can we get one when I get home? Did you know you can light blank on fire? I'll show you on Saturday. P.S. Your spaghetti is way better. Tell my brothers to have lots of blanks for Saturday. Blank for Saturday.
Did you know you can light blank on fire and tell my brothers I have lots of blank for them on Saturday? What do you got?
What can you light on fire?
Gasoline. Bombs.
Sticks. Blood.
Blood.
I don't think that's right.
Flour.
I don't think that's right.
Water.
Water.
Underwear. All of these are good.
Yeah.
Okay, these are all good answers. Let's see the real answer.
Oh, farts.
Farts and farts. You can light farts on fire. Tell my brothers I have lots of farts for Saturday.
Yeah.
Hey, I think that's all of our letters. Thank you guys for playing.
Oh.
Dear Mom, I'm fine, or whatever this game is called. All right. Hey,
Oh, kind of fun.
we're gonna transit. We gotta call this a day. This is too
I'm
much.
over
all
it.
right?
I'm done.
Well, give it up for Nate. He's gonna come up and fix this, whatever. Wait a minute. No,
we're not.
Don't call Nate yet.
No, Nate, you're not.
Don't
No.
don't you clap for Nate? What are you guys doing? Nate's not coming up yet
No.
because we have something special.
We do.
Well, I don't have anything special.
Kind of, though.
Well, sort of. I'll let you take it from here.
Me take it. Hi, I'm Mackenzie, and this is my life.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good. All right. So, hey, for those of you who don't know, or maybe you're new, or maybe if you're joining us for the first time, my life is just simply an opportunity to share what God's been doing in your life. So, Mackenzie, this is your life. Now, this is a fun story. We've got a long backstory to how this whole my life came around. But, Mackenzie, I want you to go all the way back, because your story starts back. So let's...
Okay, it starts in 2 different places, so you're just going to have to bear with me. Okay, so this past summer, specifically August, I was going through a really hard time. I was having a really tough time mentally and just had a lot of stuff going on. And I got to a point where I started pushing at all my friends and everyone close to me. And so I just wanted to be by myself all the time. I stopped hanging out with people. I stopped responding to text messages and Snapchats. Just wanted to be alone all the time. And a lot of that time was spent desperately begging God for anything, really. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, what's going on? Can you change it? Like, can you help me? All that stuff. And I had this feeling for like a week. A girl I knew from school passed away in the spring, and I had this feeling for like a week straight that I really needed to go to her grave and visit her, which was really weird because I barely knew her. I sat next to her in Spanish, and that was the extent of our relationship. And so for like a week straight, I felt like I really needed to go to the cemetery, and it was really weird, and I'd never done something like that before. And so after just sitting with that feeling for a week, I just wanted to get rid of it. So I went to the cemetery just to make the voice in my head stop. And I got there, and as soon as I got there, I prayed, and I was like, hey, I'm here. If you want to tell me something, tell me something. I don't know what you want from me. And so I sat there and talked out loud, cried, prayed, whatever.
Well, to pause there, because I want to back up just a little bit.
Okay.
You said something that I thought was, I'm hearing it, I'm going, yeah, I totally get that, of life gets hard, right? And whatever the circumstances, like, you do what, I think most of us, like what we all do, like when life gets hard and we start to hurt, we isolate ourselves, right? It's like, it almost feels like, I don't want to bring my burden to other people, or like, I just want people to reach out to me.
For sure.
Even though they have no idea what's going on in my life, like, I want them to, like, and so what we just kind of squeeze into our own little bubble. We get that, like, tunnel vision and just do the thing. What I thought was also really cool is, like, you brought this to God, like, and I know for me, like, when I get up in that place of being isolated, I like, you beg God to show up, to do something, to, like, God, fix this, right?
Yeah.
And so to get back kind of where you were, like, when you were driving to the cemetery,
right? What were like you feeling? Because I'm imagining this in myself going like, I'm finally just doing this. I feel like a crazy person, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but God, this is what I feel like I should be doing, but I feel crazy, but I'm doing it, but I feel crazy. You know what I mean? Like,
No.
What were you feeling?
That was definitely all running through my head. Like, I definitely wasn't thinking about what was going to happen at the cemetery. I wasn't expecting anything. I wasn't going, like, thinking anything was going to happen. I was just like, this is just something weird and kind of stupid that I'm doing just to do it. I definitely wasn't really expecting God to show up. And my mind was really just set on other things and kind of wallowing in my own pity and just, like, figuring out what I was going to do after, like if I was going to go home or go for ice cream or what I was going to do. Like, I wasn't really thinking about the going. I don't know.
So you get to the cemetery, you take time in prayer, and God does show up. So
Yeah.
what happened next?
Okay, so I'm sitting there alone and no one around, and a deer walks out of the woods. And I'm like, oh, cute. Like, I'm not sitting alone in this cemetery by myself anymore. And so I sit there for a couple minutes just watching it, and a second deer comes out of the woods. And I'm like, oh, like, he has a friend. That's fun. They're buddies. Like, okay. And then I'm sitting there for a couple minutes more, and a third deer walks out of the woods. And I'm watching these 3 deer, and I can't explain it because it wasn't like an audible voice, but it was a thought that I just know wasn't my own. And so these 4 words popped into my head, and they were, "You are not alone." Started sobbing, and I really had this moment of realization where I realized, like, oh, my friends actually don't hate me. They love me a lot, and they care about me a lot, and God doesn't hate me either. Like, he's actually here. Like, I've never actually been alone in those moments. Like, I've always had people supporting me and loving me even when I couldn't see it and I couldn't tell. And yeah, and after that I called Cody Cosman, shout out Cody. I explained to him like what had been going on in my life and what had happened, and I was like, do you think this is like actually God trying to tell me something, or am I going crazy, or just telling myself like what I want to hear? And he was like, oh no, yeah, probably, most definitely that's what, that makes sense that was what that was. And I was like, okay, so yeah, that's my story.
Well, and I love that too, because like, I think a lot of times, like, again, we have like the experience with God of like, and then you look back and you're like, nah, I was just being a crazy person. Like, I was just thinking about that. I was just trying, but it's like, no, like that is how deeply God loves you. Like, enough to like make deer come out to a cemetery. Like,
weird.
on just so happened when you just happened to be like,
Yeah.
that's so how God works.
Yeah.
So my question for you is like, in that story, and like what you went through. I mean, last week we talked about this whole idea of like God takes us from desperation to hope.
Yeah.
Right? And from where you are at today, what would be the thing that you would want us here to walk away with? So like to remember, to know about God, or to know about, what God would, this whole idea of desperation to hope.
Oh gosh. Okay, so like in the matter of an hour, my whole life got flipped upside down. But I mean, I'd encourage you, if you're ever like in that place, really dark place or desperate place, to reach out to him and pray about it. And you might not hear anything back initially. I didn't for months. But like, keep trying. He's always there, and you have a really strong support system around you, even if you can't tell. So that's what I'd say.
That's awesome. Mackenzie, thank you.
Thanks. That was my life.
All right, let's give it up for Mackenzie. Thank you. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, grab a seat. All right, now Nate can come on up.
Alrighty. Quickly, before we go into my message tonight, I have an announcement or a headline. Coming up in about 3 weeks on February 12th, we are having the Middle School Blowout Bash 2021. This is going to be an event just for you middle schoolers. We're going to have confetti. We're going to have confetti cannons. We're going to have maybe a blow-up bouncy house thing. We're going to have so much fun. This is a great opportunity to invite somebody who is brand new to Redeemer. So it's a great opportunity to invite a friend that you have from school, a friend from basketball, whatever it may be. This is a great opportunity. We're going to have so much fun. It's coming up in about 3 weeks on February 12th. It's going to be from 7 to about 9, and it's going to be as much fun as we can possibly fit into those 2 hours. So, invite your friends. We can't wait to see you all. But yeah, so be there or be square. So, quickly, before we jump into my message, if you don't know who I am, my name is Nate Hendrickson. I'm the assistant youth director here at Redeemer. I work mainly with the middle schoolers, but I have the opportunity to come and speak to everybody ever so often. So, I'm going to be continuing in our series about the best is yet to come, and we've been focusing on this story of Ruth. And I'm going to begin with a story from my own life. When I was about 8 years old, 9 years old, I don't remember. But I remember going to Valley Fair for the first time ever. Like, I had been to the state fair where they have some rides there, but I had never been to a true amusement park like Valley Fair is. And I had never been on a real big roller coaster, not one of those little kiddie ones that goes in an oval, one that goes up and down, it twists, it does all of that stuff. I had never been on a real, legit roller coaster. So my parents at the time, I'm 8. I don't know if I'm quite ready for the big, like the fast, really tall roller coasters. So they bring me on what is called the high roller. It's also known as the white roller coaster. It's wooden. It's the first roller coaster that was ever built at Valley Fair. So we started off small. I was like, okay, this is fun. But as we walked through the park and we went on different rides, this thing started to loom over the park. You may recognize it. It's this tall, green roller coaster. Goes really, really fast. You hear lots of screams. It's called the Wild Thing. Now, I'm 8. I've been on one legit roller coaster, and it was that day. And it was looming over, and I remember my family asking me, well, do you want to go on the Wild Thing? And I was like, nope, never. Never am I going on that roller coaster. It's too high, it's too fast, it's too scary. And I didn't. I didn't that day. I was so scared of what was going to happen if I got on that roller coaster. Fast forward now about 4 years, I'm in middle school, maybe 8th grade, 9th grade-ish. And my best friend Josh and I decided to go to Valley Scare, which is it's Valley Fair, but it's during Halloween. And his sister and her boyfriend, now husband at the time, took us. And so we went, and then I'm like, I'm older now, and so we started talking about the Wild Thing again. And I was like, I don't know. Finally, I got talked into going. And I'm sitting in line, and I'm scared. And we finally get into the roller coaster. It starts to click up towards the top. Now I can't get out. I can't get up. We're 200 feet in the air. If I got out, it wouldn't end too well for me. But it starts clicking. My anticipation, my fear is starting to race. My heart's starting to go a little bit faster. And we get to the top, and it slowly stops. And then gravity takes over. And then it goes down 200 feet straight, 65 miles an hour, 75 miles an hour. And in that moment, I realized, hey, this isn't that bad. It's actually fun. So we kept going around in the roller coaster. And then on the Wild Thing, there's this tunnel that you go into, and they take their picture. And it was when we entered this tunnel that I realized how excited I was for what had happened. That before I got on the Wild Thing, it was full of all these fears and anxieties, and yet when I actually did it and took that step, it turned out to be one of the most amazing feelings I've ever felt. An absolute rush of adrenaline, and I was happy. I took a bold step, an audacious step. And it turned out to be an absolute amazing experience for myself. Another story that happened recently, actually within the last week, was I'm engaged now, and we don't need to clap or do any of that or excite, but the fear that came into my body when asking my now fiance to marry me, like, what if she says no? I mean, I'm not that good looking. But what if she says no? I mean, that's a big step. I'm a lot. But what if she says no? To the point where I'm like, I don't know if I should do this. What if her dad says no? Like, I can't marry her. Like, what's going to go on? And yet, the pure joy that I felt when she actually said yes, my hands were shaking. Like, I'm trying to put the ring on her finger, and I can't because my hands are shaking. But the joy that I now feel, knowing that I get to spend the rest of my life with her, outweighs all the fear and anxiety I had before. These last 3 weeks, we've been diving into this story of Ruth and Naomi and how their lives have gone from tragedy to destiny, from desperation to hope. And this week, we take the next step in our story. And the next step is a situation that is bound to happen in all of our lives if it hasn't already. There's a time that comes in our lives where God seems not to make sense. I think Mackenzie's story is a perfect example of that. He's placed us in a situation that requires audacity, that requires boldness. And we find ourselves not knowing what to do. We find ourselves consumed with fear. But we got to take a step to move forward. We got to take an audacious step to move forward. And maybe one of those steps is inviting a friend to the blowout bash. Maybe a friend that you're scared, well, what are they going to think of me? Are they going to judge me? Are they not going to be my friend anymore? They don't go to church. Maybe an audacious step, is inviting them to come to the blowout bash and seeing that, church is not this bad thing that they've heard about. It's actually a fun, exciting place. Maybe it's a situation where we know what we need to do, but it's not the perfect road, that it's going to be hard. Ruth and Naomi are in the same situation. But before we figure out what that situation has led up, let's recap. Now remember, Naomi and Ruth are mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. So Ruth was married to Naomi's son, and they actually lived in this area called Moab. And Moab was this very not so nice country that worshiped different gods, different idols. And so Ruth married one of Naomi's sons. And a time comes where both Naomi's husband and her two sons pass away. A tragedy. And so, because at the time during the culture, you needed a male in order to have some sort of, what's the word I'm looking for, some sort of ranking in society, in order to be high up in society, to be recognized, you needed a male. So Naomi returns to Israel, Judah, from where she's from, and she takes Ruth with her. And so they're so poor, so desperate, that Naomi sends out Ruth to collect grain so they can eat. Which brings us to our story now. Now, Ruth has been collecting this grain for a while. They've been eating. She's been collecting it from Boaz's field. Remember, Boaz is this high up male in the town that they're staying at. He's almost like a celebrity. And he's taking notice of Ruth. And he's like, you know what? You don't need to collect behind us anymore. You can come up to the front. That's fine. And in that, after these couple weeks of being with Boaz, Naomi gets this idea that she's going to set up Ruth with Boaz. Which brings us to our verse. And it can be found in Ruth 3, verse 4. And so if you want to take your Bibles out, otherwise online, it'll pop up on the screen. Or, like all of us have, we have a piece of paper that reads, that has all the verses on. So if you want to read along with me quietly in your head. And this is Naomi talking to Ruth. And she says this, "Be sure to notice where he lies down," and she's talking about Boaz. "Then go and uncover his feet and lie down there. He will tell you what to do." Ruth replies, "I will do everything you say." So she went down to the threshing floor that night and followed the instructions of her mother-in-law. After Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirits, he laid down at the far end of the pile of grain and went to sleep. Then Ruth came quietly and uncovered his feet and laid down. Around midnight, Boaz suddenly woke up and turned over. He was surprised to find a woman lying at his feet. "Who are you?" he asked. Now, a little bit of context. It says Boaz is at the threshing floor. Now, a threshing floor is a weird modern-day word to call it now. But at this time, the threshing floor is where you brought the grain. Remember, they're harvesting grain. That's where you brought the grain and beat it out of the wheat or the whatever plant, barley it was. You beat the grain out of it. It was called the threshing floor. But during the harvest, it also was a time where the men had a party, basically. It says that Boaz ate and drank and was in good spirits. So it was this area where women were not allowed. But yet Ruth goes there. And let's be honest, this is pretty audacious. This is a pretty bold step. She's going to a place that she's not familiar with, that she's not supposed to be. Imagine what's going on in her head. And if it was me, I would have no idea what to do. At first off, it'd be like, weird thing to do. Why am I just going to go lay down at this guy's feet? Second, that makes no sense. Third, I barely know him, and yet you want me to go lay down at his feet and just cuddle with his feet. So weird. And this has got to be said. At the time, what Ruth is doing in their culture, this is a way of making an advance or like flirting with Boaz. But the point of this is not to say, go flirt with guys or girls. That's not what it's saying. It's just an example of what a bold, audacious risk looks like. So, it does not give you permission to go and be a flirt, to talk to as many boys or girls that you can. That's not what it's saying. It's just an example of a bold risk. Yet this often happens in our own faith, in our own relationship with Jesus. We're asked to do something that we're not comfortable with, that might be unsafe. We go from a desperate situation where our lives, like Brian talked about last week, we go from this desperate situation where it seems like we have nowhere to go. We're picking up the grain way at the back. But then we can begin to work hard. We begin to work hard in our faith. We begin to have hope in God, and He meets us there in that place. We move from desperation to hope. But as we enter and find that hope, our first steps may require us to be bold, to do things boldly. Things maybe we aren't comfortable with, things that maybe aren't safe. So we don't know what to do, and it scares us a bit. We are like Ruth going to Boaz's feet. Doesn't make sense. Have no clue where it's going to lead. It's bold. But something on the inside, that little voice that may not be audible, seems to be saying, take that bold step. But look what happens to Ruth in the next verse of our story. She's replying to Boaz saying, who are you? I am your servant Ruth, I am your servant Ruth, she replied. Spread the corner of your covering over me. For you are my family redeemer. Now, the key word there is, you are my family redeemer. A family redeemer, remember, Ruth and Naomi are women. And in this culture, they needed a male to redeem them. Remember, their lives are not so good right now. Boaz is going to redeem them. And both Ruth and Naomi know this. But similar in our own faith, when we are in that desperate area of our lives, Jesus redeems us. He redeems us from those desperate situations. He brings us closer. He is our Redeemer. Boaz goes on to keep saying, "The Lord bless you, my daughter. You are showing even more family loyalty than you did before. For you have not gone after a younger man, whether rich or poor. Now don't worry about a thing, my daughter. I will do what is necessary, for everyone in the town knows that you are a virtuous woman. But while it is true, I am one of your family redeemers. There's another man who is more closely related than I. Stay here tonight, and in the morning I will talk to him. If he's willing to redeem you, very well. Let him marry you. But if he's not willing, as surely as the Lord lives, I will redeem you myself. Now lie down here until morning." Now, Ruth took that audacious step of faith. She's at the feet of Boaz. And Boaz, in that risk, meets her and says, "I'm going to redeem you, but I got to check with some people first. I got to settle some things first." So Ruth's bold risk of faith paid off, but not right away. So, to give you a little bit more of an idea of what is happening in this story, I got a little bit of visual, and so I'm going to call somebody up. So Katie, if you want to come up, we're going to put Katie through some things. We're going to ask her to do some things. We're going to ask her to take a bold risk of faith. So, Katie, if you want to put this blindfold on. Now, here is the deal, Katie. If you do whatever I ask you to do, don't question it at all, I'll give you $20, crisp. $20, okay? But you have to do whatever I do. If anybody on the camera wants to focus on that, it's real, just so you know. But you have to do exactly what I ask you, without a hesitation. Okay? All right, so come here. I'll guide you. Okay, right there. Turn towards. Now, here's what I want you to do. I want you to move to the left. Take 2 steps to the left. Okay? Now take it back. 1 hop right now. Take it to the right. Right foot, let's stop. Left foot, let's stop. Now cha-cha real smooth. Alrighty. So you've done whatever I've asked. Okay, now you got to do one last thing. We got to settle one last thing before I give you the $20. So I'm going to guide you, so turn around. Okay, take a step back. Keep going. I got you. Okay, right there.
Okay.
I want you to fall backwards. Good. All right, guys, here. All right, you can take the blindfold off. Okay. Now, where's the $20? Okay. There's the $20. There you go. I'll take the blindfold. All right, thank you, Katie. We have to take that audacious step of faith, that bold step of faith. And God, in that, meets us in that step. He doesn't leave us. Ruth stepped out in faith, followed what she was supposed to do, taking that bold step to go to Boaz, to lay at his feet in a place where she wasn't supposed to be. But first, she didn't get the answer she wanted right away. She didn't get that $20 right away. She had to take a couple more steps. She had to wait. The timetable in which she got redeemed. She got her blessing. She got that $20. Didn't happen right away. Sometimes it takes time. And I don't know about you, but has that ever happened to you? God often has us wait. He has us wait. The anticipation builds and builds, just like that roller coaster at the beginning of my message. The same goes for Ruth, and the same goes for us. God meets us in that bold step, and our anticipation builds. But yet we want that $20 now. We don't want that anticipation to build. We want it now. So as we continue in our story, Naomi gives us a reminder. So Ruth has now gone to the threshing floor. She is laid at Boaz's feet for the whole night. And in the morning, she goes back to Naomi. And Naomi says this to her. So her and Naomi have been talking about what happened with Boaz the night before. And Naomi says this, "Just be patient, my daughter, until we hear what happens. The man won't rest until he has settled things today." Ruth's step of faith brought her to a place of anticipation that continues to grow and more. She keeps thinking about what's going to happen when Boaz comes back. What's going to happen when Boaz comes back? What's my life going to look like with him? What's going to happen? But yet her Naomi reminds her of 3 words that she needs to remember. And these 3 words are just be patient. And I don't know about you, but that frustrates me more than anything else. I want it now. Yet we all need this reminder. Just be patient. We have gone from desperation to hope. And in that hope, we took those bold, audacious steps of faith. We begin to grow in our anticipation of what God has for us. We are going up the roller coaster. It's clicking closer and closer to the top. There's amazing things at the bottom of that. But we forget to be patient. God has to settle some things before that $20 is given to us, that blessing is given to us, the good things in our life. We expect it to happen now, but God has a different timetable. I mean, look at Katie. I had her do some weird dance moves. Yet before she could get that $20, she had to do one more thing. She had to take a huge step of faith and fall off the stage. Yet, there were 6 people waiting to catch her. God is the same way. We take bold step after bold step. Our anticipation is building on where he's going to take us. Maybe it scares us a little bit, but we have to be patient. Even if that step doesn't make sense, it's scary, yet he's always there to catch us. There's always something good at the end. Where he's going to take us will be more amazing than anything we can imagine. That $20, that $20. God has a purpose for you. He's called you to take bold, unsafe steps of faith. And you did, and now your heart's racing. You're almost to the top of the roller coaster. Your anticipation's growing. You're trusting God more and more every day. Every moment. You're waiting to drop to see what God has for you. You're waiting to see what that $20 is. You're about to go places that you've never been before. But don't worry, God is there. The best is yet to come. And I want to invite you to take the first of many audacious steps. It doesn't just stop after one. And one of those first steps is beginning with following Jesus. It can be scary not knowing what's going to happen with your faith, where he's going to lead you. It was scary for Ruth, but the anticipation that comes of knowing where you're going to be going, where Jesus is going to take you, is worth it all. You will go closer than ever to your purposes that God has for you. And when he finally drops it all, it'll be all worth it. When you finally get to meet Jesus face to face and spend an eternity with him, It'll all be worth it. We have taken those bold steps, though. Our anticipation is building on what's to come, what it's going to be like. But we got to stay patient. Some things have to be settled before that $20 arrives. We're just like Ruth on the threshing floor, waiting for Boaz to see what he's going to do, what's going to happen in their lives. We have moved from tragedy to destiny, from desperation to hope, from audacious to anticipation. As I invite the worship team up, we're going to end in prayer. So if you guys want to bow your heads with me. But before we go into that, as you take this time to worship, ask God this one question. What bold steps of faith do you want me to take? Speak to me, Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you for this opportunity that we come to learn from you through the story of Ruth, on how you take us from tragedy to destiny, from desperation to hope, and now from audacious to anticipation. You require us to take bold steps, steps that we aren't comfortable with. Yet they lead to amazing things, amazing purposes that you have for us. Lord, give us the courage to take those steps, to know that you are going to be there to catch us, just like today with Katie. You're going to be there to catch us and hold us up. Because you are the God that loves. You are the God that loves us so much that you send your Son, Jesus Christ, to die for us. So that one day we actually get to meet you, that we get to see you face to face and spend an eternity with you, which is worth more than anything else. Lord, remind us to be patient in that. Lord, tell us tonight what bold steps we need to take in our journey with you. In your name we pray. Amen.
I love you. the process and the waiting, you're making melodies over me, and your presence is a promise, for I am a pilgrim on a journey. You will lift my head above the mighty waves. You are able to keep me from stumbling, and in my weakness, you are the strength that comes from within. Good Shepherd of my soul, and take my hand and lead me on. You make my footsteps and my path secure, so walking on water is just the beginning. Cause my faith to rise, stand at attention, for you are calling me to greater things. You will lift my head above the mighty waves. You are able to keep me from stumbling, and in my weakness, you are
Just be patient. I don't know that there are more frustrating words for me than those 3 words. Just be patient. But what I love about the story of Ruth is that for someone like me, when I just have to be patient, when I just have to wait, I can allow that waiting period to build frustration, or I can wait with anticipation. Excited, hopeful for where God is taking me next. And I was thinking about that too, of like, what if that was the attitude God had? That he's waiting for me to take that audacious step, and he's just getting frustrated and angry and pouty and Brian's not doing his thing, right? And yet that's not at all what God does. Like, God sits there and in that anticipation is like, man, I can't wait. He's going to do it sometime. He's going to do it. I know he's going to do it. I'm thinking, I want that heart. I want that attitude. But are you willing to take the audacious step that leads to the anticipation? That's the call for you tonight. That's what I hope that each of us can process and think through and pray through. Immediately following this, high schoolers, you have a chance to go to your growth groups. Think through that. Process through that. If you're connecting with us online, I'd encourage you to connect with a growth group, you high schoolers. The Zoom ID is on the screen below. But what a perfect place to take the message that you just heard and go a little bit deeper. To grow together in community, pursuing God together.
Here at Redeemer Youth, we do this thing called the step. It's where we tell the world that our faith is not just one step and it's over, but a series of steps that we take each day. So, the words are going to be on the screen, but if you guys want to stand with me, you guys at home as well, we're going to say this together. So, each week we take a step to signify our continuing walk with Jesus Christ. 3, 2, 1, step. We hope you guys have a great week.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for joining us at Redeemer Youth. Here are 3 questions to help you take the message you heard today and go just a tad deeper. Our first question is, what is the scariest thing for you about following Jesus, even when it doesn't make sense? Our second question, on a scale of 1 to 10, how patient are you when you have to wait for something? And finally, our third question is, what is God up to in your life that you are excited about? What are you anticipating God to do next in your life? Again, thank you for joining us here at Redeemer Youth. We loved having you, and we want to encourage you to go farther than you ever have before in your faith journey.